What happened?
I got the wrong date. I had copied and pasted, but I think I can just fix it directly on the live stream.
That's
Wait a minute.
not what I wanted to see.
You mean you put on the wrong date? You mean you were wrong?
We are live, by the way. So I'm trying
to be wrong live. You think I won't?
I'm trying to be nice for a second while I fix something. Dang it, and you're being words I can't say yet.
You can't curse me out, can you? You can't say it.
I don't think he cares, to be honest with you. But yes, he's trying to stay between the boobies. It's not February 15th.
I will punch you.
Hey, watch out. It may detect claims of violence as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're getting pretty brutal on some of that stuff. There's this one guy I follow, the Professor of Rock, and they're brutal on some of his videos because a lot of the music is fair use and stuff. It's very short clips. And he's loaded like one video like 12 times because he kept getting hit by YouTube.
Yeah, my son has that issue. He goes to fair use resources for his music and still sometimes gets struck because they can't tell it that, it's not, it's overtuned.
Well, it happened to us. They accused the music that the Xeno had gotten paid for, and they hit us with it. So then we had to go and get a different set of music, which we don't really use anymore. But they hit us on something that was, they said it was an AC/DC song. I'm like,
which I mean, it was very close to, but it was supposed to be far enough away to.
It was far enough away because you can get away, dude. I've heard parody songs like you can really like skim across the surface, but sometimes YouTube just trips.
Like 3 or 4 seconds, and they're like, "Nope, we're striking your stuff." I'm like. Which, I've been debating getting into doing more gaming videos and loading them up, but
maybe we'll end up popping up some Toxic Commando.
I'd love to do some Toxic Commando or some of our Space Marine stuff, or even Grounded 2 content. I've got a lot.
I'm almost embarrassed of my Space Marine. I got to get tighter with my assault. No, I was training. That's what you saw me earlier. I was out there training, and I just said, dude, I got to stick with the power fist. Like, I'm trying to make the hammer work, but it's just too slow. And I get it's like while I'm making one swing to hit an enemy, I get hit in the back of the head 19 times. Power fist, boom! I mean, it just gets it done. Well, it really gets it done.
It's the speed versus the wind-up time on the hammer. So, yeah, I'm doing the same thing with the Omnisci axe.
Well, because the thing is, you've got to charge up both weapons. But yeah, when you charge the power fist and you let go, the attack's fast, it hits, it does its damage. When you attack the hammer, you charge it, but then it's like, and now I gotta swing around, go up here.
Yeah. All right, this should show correctly. Does it show correctly the correct date now for you guys?
It does.
All right.
Yay, March.
Yay.
I never really cared. I was just tormenting you.
We're 4 weeks away from the next Borderland update. The first
bad news. You got you got the wrong year.
What?
You got the wrong year.
There's a year on there?
No.
I'm gonna kick you in the teeth.
We're gonna be at the gym later today. Feel free.
I'm probably not.
Notice earlier, I was wearing my gym gear, but it wasn't doing well on the camera.
I'm probably not gonna make it to the gym.
Oh,
I was
wearing jogging pants for no reason.
I mean, you can still go. I ain't stopping you. I'm just saying I'm probably not going to go because I hurt my ankle. Yesterday, I was trying to do these. I have this app that has like non-exercises you can do without going to the gym. And one of them was this thing where you got down and it's called a marathon run or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
dude, don't feel bad. I hurt my wrist doing burpees. You hurt your ankle. I'm going to the damn gym just to stop getting injured. Because like every time I try to do home exercises, I mess up something.
So I pulled something in my leg. Of course, I was having trouble with my leg the other day anyway, so I may have just exacerbated something. I don't know.
Wait,
Exacerbated. What's the word I'm looking for?
I know the words you're thinking of, but now because you said that, I can't stop hearing what you said. So I can't pull. Yeah, thank you, because he just completely replaced that word in my dictionary with the way he said it. I'm like, masturbated. I love it. That's hilarious. Exasperated.
Exacerbate.
Because it's like
exacerbated.
Something like that.
All
right, even though we're supposed to be doing the show, I gotta do this. Hey, you may have hurt your ankle. That don't stop sit-ups and push-ups, man. I'm gonna do something tonight. I'm gonna do a routine. I'm not gonna not do nothing.
Oh no, I'm gonna do some of the ones that don't require my leg. Home exercises.
Definitely would, dude. What are you talking about?
And I got a treadmill, so I guess I'll turn the treadmill back on. I at least got to get my mile in today.
Yeah.
And I'll make my son do his mile and then some sit-ups, and hopefully I can get away with push-ups. All right, now enough about trying to live better, though. Hey, good lesson, people. Take care of yourself. Let's get on to the games.
Well, let's do the intro first.
Okay, that was a good one, Flynn. Remember, inside every old person is a young person wondering what the hell happened. Yes, and that young person is also going, why does my knee hurt?
What a Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And
we got Bloodaxe.
There we go.
Yay.
Oh, let's get started.
Bloodaxe coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
We should do a Friday show, Bloodaxe Coast to Coast, of doing D&D or something. That would be interesting.
I mean, if you want to do that, you can, but we're doing Friday.
Oh, yeah, y'all doing anime.
We're sipping whiskey and watching anime.
Oh. All right, so let's get the business stuff out of the way, man. Businesses being stupid.
I'm going to say, we don't do no business here.
Sony's shift in strategy will lead to fewer PlayStation first-party games on PC. So,
and I was finally softening to going, there's a couple of games PlayStation's putting out on PC I might try. Now I'm like, oh, thank you, Sony, for reminding me I hate you, and I will not buy any of your games.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Not wrong.
So their claim is and it's so weird the way they say it. It's like, I think the sense I'm getting is that they're backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff, like traditional single player stuff, on PC. I'm not sure how super successful those PC releases were. Yeah, like commercially successful. I don't think it was that successful in the first place.
I wonder why.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a blow. Now,
I don't know, Zeno. Why? Why was it not that successful? Could it be because Sony could take your game away from you at any point because of their stupid EULAs they kept trying to push?
There's actually a couple reasons. One of which is the EULA thing. I mean, if you remember, there was huge fights over that, and a lot of the games were not played because of that. Two, they would release the games a year or two after they released them for Sony. So by the time that it got to the PC stores, no one cared. It was an out-of-date game that had already been streamed all over the internet, spoiled for anybody who cares about story. And, you can't wait 2 years to release a game. It does not for another console.
And they want $69.
Yeah.
Three,
I know for a fact that some of those games were pretty successful on PC. I mean, the God of Wars, I know a lot of people who played God of War when it hit PC, PC gamers. And Spider-Man 1. But not as much Spider-Man 1 as God of War. Also, the first they were trying to push them to the Epic Store and not Steam. So that was another blow against them. I mean, they did it very poorly. But the reason you know this is BS is that I don't think it was that successful in the first place. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. Like, that is not an answer that is honest. That is an answer of BS. You know? Well, I don't know. I think this is it. Yeah, no, it wasn't. We don't need them. Yeah, it's just like, that is so much bull.
Look, man, I ain't gonna miss them. I mean, I was slowly looking at a few games. The Sony State of Play had like one or two games eyeballing, and I'm not even sure those games were Sony exclusive. There was one game I did remember seeing. I don't remember what it was, but it was a PlayStation game they were going to put out on PC, and I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I might grab that if it gets reviewed well. It actually is good. Now I'm like, oh, I'm back to Sony can go screw itself. The only reason we even cover the Sony State of Play is the minor amount of professionalism we actually do have at Dicejunkies. Otherwise, I wouldn't even want to cover the Sony State of Play. And now that they're not being on PC, we're literally not going to be their customer base anymore. We're all PC. So we're out of it. That means us and Sony is about to part ways. So this is going to be covering it just to be informative because, you know what I'm saying?
I wonder what's the cost difference between the money they're going to lose for not releasing it on PC versus the development cost to make it available for PC.
I mean,
you're limiting a revenue stream. That's not very business.
Technically, the development cost should not be much to go from the PC.
I'll put it like this. I'll never not. Oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
The big thing is we all know why they're doing this. It's because of the rumors of Xbox allowing PC games, and they don't want Xbox to be able to play their games.
They're hypocrites.
And Xbox sucks. They're beating Xbox's tail though. Why do they care? Like, they're still worried about Xbox, and I'm like, Xbox is not a major competitor to Sony anymore, man. Well, Nintendo's a bigger competitor to Sony, and they're two different customer bases practically.
True.
Very different.
But what I was going to say, go
ahead, because I'm going to transition to something.
It's like, I can't imagine. Here's the thing: if you want to know if PC is a market you should be putting your games on, we're literally going to later on this show do what everybody does, which is measure the success of a game almost exclusively by how well it's doing on Steam. Steam is literally where everyone goes to get numbers, but also it's never been wrong. If you're not doing well on Steam, you're not doing well. It's like you don't see the numbers spin. So if the PC market is so big that it's the barometer for determining the success of so many games, taking yourself off of Steam or PC will allow you to hide your numbers, and we know how they like to cheat their shareholders and hide the numbers. That's a big, big, big console gaming trick and gaming company trick is don't let the shareholders know that this game that we let Sweet Baby Eek work on didn't make money. You know, like, that's a big thing. They hide the numbers. They better hide the numbers better, but they're going to still be losing the money. And they're going to lose a massive market. I mean, we see games where, because you got to realize that when you're looking at the top player count, that's not the total. That's how many players played at a single time. Yeah. When you've got 500,000 players showing up as played at the same friggin' time, or 250,000 players, that's a lot of PC players, brother. It's a lot. And that means that it's probably 3 times that's the total people that bought the game on Steam. It's just that many came together. It's ridiculous to cut that market off. But also, you know that, like, we're going to cover it later, how Gearbox has me convinced. I don't think Sony wants to succeed, man. Because Horizon Hunters.
Yeah, Flynn says in the chat room, it's a business decision to try and keep people on their platform. If all platforms can play the same game, then why not buy a PC, play the games, mods, and still do normal PC tech? Well, I mean, the main reason is I've spent, $3,000 or more on a PC, where your console is relatively cheaper than that. Plus, it's similar to the old iPhone and Android argument. You know, one is easier to use for the general consumer, versus the other one gives you more customizability and you know, like you said, mods and stuff like that. But the ease of use is not there. There is a barrier built in, cost and difficulty. I don't think it would hurt consoles that much.
As price starts to get closer, I agree, because I mean,
is price ever going to get closer, man? Every time you turn around, something is happening to make PCs cost more. I mean, right now I could not build my PC for under $5,000. You know.
But does consoles dodge that price hike too?
I mean,
the Switch 2 didn't.
Yeah, consoles are going up as well, but I mean, it's percentage based, man. I mean, consoles may hit $1,000. That's, you know, a 20th of you know, that's 20%. I mean, of what PC would cost you to play the similar games. You know.
Yeah, but your PC lifespan is probably double, if not longer, than a normal console, though.
And
not really.
Also the parts.
I mean, a PC's lifespan is about 5 to 6 years, which is about the same for a console.
Oh, well, I'll plan on using mine for a decade.
I mean, you can get away with it.
The ability to do partial upgrades to your PC to keep up is cost efficient. Like, you can go in and get your video card or get your SD upgrades or whatever, memory upgrades, and you don't have to buy a whole new device. And backwards compatibility. You can't argue with that. PCs are 100% backwards compatible. There is nothing I've played before on my older PC I can't play now. I have access to my whole Steam library. I can play every friggin' game that I've had. And it never goes away, at least not yet. If you go with Steam, some of these other ones, you gotta be careful with Steam. Man, I told you, I look up and be like, oh crap, I forgot I own Baldur's Gate 1. And I can go download Baldur's Gate 1 and play it right now.
Yeah.
You can't take your PlayStation and go play your previously owned copy of the first Grand Theft Auto or Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You got to buy it again. And then when you get your next console, you're probably going to have to buy it again for that one. At least now what Bloodaxe is buying is permanent. Any game he buys now, he's going to have. And it ain't going nowhere.
That's not necessarily true.
Yes. Like Chrome Hounds for the 360. Fun mecha game. But the servers are shut down. You can't play it.
Okay, we can't do that if the game itself stops existing, but you know what I mean. Buys a single player game, he can go re-download it. He has it. Heck, if he downloaded the actual game, if he got the game downloaded on his PC, it ain't going nowhere unless he deletes it. Now, yes, server-based games, but that's a whole dude. We'll be on here all night. We get into that. Me and you have had long discussions about you not owning your game.
Yeah,
and it's $350. So we need to jump to something else, and we'll be on this battle forever.
Alrighty.
What fun topics do we have to talk about, Zeno?
Well,
okay, I'm starting it though. Single player games that require you to be online are bull crap. $350. Bullshit. Single player games that require you to be online are bull crap. That is stupid, and it should be illegal.
Now we may see exclusives come back to Xbox. One of the recent articles to come out is one of the reasons for the firing of Xbox President Sarah Bond was for her. This is an Xbox marketing campaign and the push to have Xbox everywhere.
It was called Xbox Everywhere is what she was trying to do.
Yeah.
And it was very poorly received. And when I even tried the cloud-based gaming, it was brutal. So interesting concept, but very bad deployment. And I don't know if that's feasible right now. But
I can't repeat anything I said about her before the show at all.
Did you guys see the new president of Xbox? she's not really a gamer by background, but was it? I can't remember if it was.
I think we covered it last show, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
But they had checked her profile, and she has like thousands and thousands of gamer score points on the day it was announced that she was actually becoming president. So they're trying to make her look like a gamer, even though traditionally she's not in the gamer style.
Look, you don't necessarily have to be a gamer.
And
but
that
you
was
have
my
to be a
argument last week.
businesswoman.
Yeah.
If she's a businesswoman, it's fine. And
That's
like I
fine,
said, you know what I said last time. I'm actually happy with her because I'm about to get in trouble
Yeah,
by Sarah
yeah,
again.
no.
I can't say what I want to say about Sarah. All
No,
I'm going to
but-
say is this. I believe that she is way more likely to stand on business and not on feelings. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Right, but it's the marketing facade that I find to be interesting. They're trying to make the gamers comfortable with it, but we don't care. We want good games. I don't care, like you said, about what her background is. If she's a good businesswoman,
Then
go
we'll
nuts.
get good games.
That's what.
'Cause
That's
we've
all we
proven it.
want.
Yeah, because we've proven it. We're not going to buy trash. It's obvious what we want. You can see the patterns of success. You just got to do it. But you can't be offending everybody. Because I'm over here. Look, I got Dicejunkies put over here. I'm looking, so he's moving her. I mean, offending everybody. How the heck you manage to offend everybody at the company, man? How unbusinesslike is that? That everybody hates you on a personal level at the company, and you done pissed them all off personally? That's not business. You supposed to be making money.
Yeah, and I mean, and
somehow
like,
when you leave, everybody's like, "Man, I'm glad that itch is gone because she was just a pain in the butt."
Well, and that was the
And I
thing.
bet you
Apparently,
know.
a lot of the internal people were not happy with their strategy because it implied you did not need to buy an Xbox. And they're like, that doesn't seem like a good idea. And apparently, we're shut down and basically told that they weren't supposed to talk about that. Apparently, we're not supposed to have opinions and just do what you're told, type of thing. And
That's not going to go over very well when you're trying to run a business and people trying to tell you, "Hey, maybe we should powwow," and you're like, "Are you talking back to me? Are you talking back to me? You think I don't know what I'm doing?"
So apparently, a lot of the Xbox employees were happy with her departure. Now, there's also been rumors that that Phil Spencer was ousted and not voluntary, but there's also a lot of previous information that showed that he was on his way to retirement beforehand. So
he was. I don't think it was right now.
Ain't nobody gonna miss him.
But
We ain't gonna miss him. Well, what's the Dicejunkies' opinions, everybody? Raise your hand if you're gonna miss Phil Spencer. Raise your middle finger if you're glad he's gone. Oh, look at Zeno being nice.
I just don't care, dude. I mean, here's my thing. I mean,
I do, because I enjoy my Xbox, and he made it to where I didn't enjoy Xbox. So when you don't enjoy gaming, sorry, screw you.
I mean, didn't screw up your Game Pass experience like you did me. Me and Bloodaxe had to downgrade our Game Pass because we didn't want to be paying $30+ a month. So yeah, we're pissed because we had Ultimate. We had the day membership.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, as far as Xbox goes, it seems like Sarah Vaughn was more in control of what happens with Xbox, and Phil was.
I don't like neither one of them.
Phil was checked out, dude. I mean, here's the thing. Phil was checked out. Well, that's what they were talking about too. In part of the article, is they were talking about. As of like a year or so ago, he started going on long vacations and just he wasn't even there for a lot of it. He just come back long enough to put a signature on some stuff. Yeah.
Then he wasn't doing his job.
No, he wasn't.
And he left Mrs. Bond in control, and Miss Bond was apparently just making everybody's life miserable and making bad decisions. Dude, suck at one thing. Don't suck at everything. Either be a pain in the ass, but you're good at business, or be pleasant, but you're not that great at business. Don't be a pain in the butt to deal with and you're screwing up the business calls. That's just, you give me nothing to root for you for. You got to have a redeeming quality. You got to bring something to the table. It can't be all strikes.
I don't know, man. I mean, Phil Spencer, I think, did a lot for Xbox early on.
I'm talking
I
about
think
Sarah.
when he cared, Phil Spencer was. I mean, he put a lot of effort in, dude. I think he did a lot early on. I think
He
just at
started
some
off on the
point,
right foot.
I think at
Yeah.
just some point he was burnt out. He was done, and he didn't care
I
anymore.
remember when he first came on the scene, he really was trying. But at some point, either he got sick and tired, maybe he got offended by a certain person and said, I can't deal with this, but ain't nobody finna call me racist. I'm just gonna go on vacation. Come on, man. You know the card gets played. I can say it. The card gets played real easy. He might have ducked out to avoid the fact that, because you know what? He was safe from her getting let go because he wasn't involved. So he gets to go, what? They got rid of Sarah. Oh no. I was in the Cayman Islands. I didn't even know.
Well, that was one of the things. Apparently, the email that went out about it, about them making changes, was not sent to her department. Like, her and her direct colleagues were not informed. Phil
They
Spencer was
hated
supposedly
her.
on it.
Oh, that's hate there. That's a lot of hate. No, God, no. Oh, ooh, they did not like her.
Yeah. So,
Oh, man. I keep this on my desk. I just got to show this. A very good friend of mine gave this to me, and it won't. There we go. Put it over there. You know, Coltrane, and it's right there on the table every time, man.
The train's at home on the rails.
Man, where is the game? They haven't showed it at any of the expo. We saw one mention of Gears, and then that sucker went radio. I've seen more about Fable, and we know that they're not ready to put that out. Like, where is, and with all this that's happening, I gotta worry because there's changes in leadership. I don't know, man. Like, have you heard anything, Bloodaxe? You're our Gears guy. What's going on with
No,
freaking Gears, man?
it's supposed to be at the end of the year. It's going to be 2027. It's not coming out in 2026.
No, it's not. Not if they can't even. There's no way they wouldn't be. I've seen more videos about games that are freaking concepts. You know what I'm saying? It's just concepts with no release date. I've seen more gameplay footage of TBA games to be announced than Gears.
Yeah, if it came out this year, I would be absolutely stunned.
Oh no, I'd be horrified. If it came out this year with as little as they've shown, it'd be a hot mess. And we're going to talk about in a little while about hot messes.
well, here's a hot mess for you. Riot Games confirms more layoffs. So last week we talked about Riot Games laying off a lot of its devs. Now it's apparently laid off part of its publishing division. So,
Jeez, man. That's a lot of people losing their jobs, dude. I'm not a monster. That's like, God, dog, that's not good. Like, I don't like hearing about that many people losing their job because they just did a full round, right? And you're saying they did another round.
yeah, in a different area. Like they did devs, one of their game studios. They laid off a bunch of devs and stuff. And now this time they did 12 roles across a few offices for their publishing team.
Is Riot Games going to survive all of this, or is this just the downward spiral to closing your doors? That's my question now.
I mean,
because you know these companies, they don't go down without a fight. They always do layoffs until they gotta close the doors.
Yeah.
Are they just solely phasing themselves out?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's Tencent that owns them, so I mean, they could just take the IPs and move it to one of the many other companies they own.
Well, you know, Riot Game also does the esports though. Like I'm looking them up. I got them pulled up. They do League of Legends.
Yeah.
That's really it. Valorant,
Yeah.
League of Legends, not a whole lot more. But they also had the big League of Legends esport arena. So it's Tencent about to take that esports franchise from them too. They get League of Legends and Valorant, they can't. Well, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just the gaming industry, especially Western, which I mean, they're based in Los Angeles, so and we know we got some stuff on that. If things ain't great in Cali.
Yeah.
Things ain't great in Cali. So Yeah. I mean,
Additionally, we have Eurogamer apparently lays off editorial staff. So also, which we hadn't seen a lot. Like there was that big sweep for media companies laying off in the gaming industry.
look,
So
I don't care if they call me a hypocrite, dog. Let me just get this in. I feel a little different when it's, yeah, when it's, I hearing about devs and hardworking people losing their jobs, man. But when it's these, they know what they like. You tell me Kotaku, everybody was fired at Kotaku, man. I'm gonna have mixed feelings because my part of me that wants to be empathetic is warm with my thank goodness it's over. Them getting rid of their editorial staff. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they find another job. I hope it's not in game journalism. But I hope they find another job. I do. Sincerely, I hope all those editors are able to find a job far away from game journalism. But I'm glad to go.
yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
and then
I don't
we
want them to be
have.
unemployed. I just don't want them to be game journalists. That's all. Difference.
Now we also have New York sues Valve for letting children and adults illegally gamble with loot boxes. So the loot box, it's like everything's coming back around, man. It went silent for a while. Now we're back on loot boxes.
No, why is everybody trying to sue Valve? What weird conspiracy? Wait a minute, let me check something. Go ahead, I gotta look something up. Go ahead.
Yeah, because we had the UK trying to sue Valve recently, but now New York is trying to sue Valve. Apparently, this is over like loot boxes in Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, and Dota.
How much are you willing to let me get on a conspiracy theory tangent?
How long is it gonna be?
Reckless speculation.
I can make it one sentence. New York's a blue state.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's all coming from a weird direction. I'm starting to think that this is a planned attack on Valve by a certain party. Because you got extremely left, like Europe, now New York. I think someone else tried to sue him. This is starting to look weird, dude. Like, what collective got together and decided that Valve's a problem?
Well, Valve won its lawsuit against Rothschild recently. That happened like last week, which was, let's see, was a patent troll that was attacking Valve, that had been attacking Valve for like the last 2-3 years. Which I'm always glad to see when patent trolls get beat.
I don't even really like going down this line of thinking, but it's just weird because it's like, you know what the UK is like right now, and then you turn around and New York is suing Valve. It looks like some kind of collective effort. I don't know why. I don't know what the heck Valve was done to get that kind of attention.
I blame it all on Tom Sweeney. I think Tom Sweeney's backing them.
Who's Tom Sweeney, for those that don't know?
Tom Sweeney is the boss.
Probably not.
Is the boss of Epic Games.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh.
I mean, my whole thing is that they're suing Valve, though, because I'm talking to the chat now. Like, I feel you, Flynn, and I don't want it to be, but, like, it's certain group, and like I said, it's weird because it's all of a sudden, and how is Valve exclusively? Why would you not sue the games that have loot boxes? Why would you sue Valve? Like, well, wouldn't you go and go, this game has loot boxes?
All the games they listed were games that Valve created.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So they're suing them over Valve games that have loot boxes.
Yeah.
So why aren't they suing anybody else? Why aren't they suing every game that has loot boxes?
Yeah, Todd Sweeney. Sorry. Tim Sweeney.
Tim
Sweeney.
Why are they not suing everybody that has loot boxes, though? Why is it Valve? Right
Tim
after
Sweeney,
Valve
not
took
Todd.
off a lawsuit. It seems sus, man. Everybody's going after Valve, and it's the same people.
But like I said, if I was going to point to a conspiracy, I point to the Epic Games conspiracy. But you know
what? That makes more sense. But how did Epic Games get New York to sue them?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, now Flynn is saying that New York has specific laws that are being triggered. All right, thank you. Because I don't want to think that. Because I can't make a connection, dude. I don't care about either party. But it's weird when I just go like, what the heck? Why does it seem like certain people are after Valve? And that's why I went to go look. I was like, why would New York be suing Valve after the UK sued Valve? I had no connection, but I'd rather believe that it's laws they have allowed them to do it and Epic.
Apparently, the other thing that that triggered these laws is the fact that Steam allows you to sell items that you get, so you can eventually get like real money out of the deal. You know, so like if I got a certain shirt or something, digital shirt in Counter-Strike 2 out of a box, and that shirt is super rare, I can also then go onto the Steam, you know, market, and I can sell that shirt for cash.
Which does turn it at that point into gambling because it effectively can be turned into real money. Gotcha. Thank you. No, trust me, dude. That was a harebrained. I didn't know any other connection. It's all I could think of.
So yeah,
I'd much rather something else.
That's where I think that's where the gambling comes in, is the fact that these items do technically have cash value.
Bloodaxe, it happened, Bloodaxe. You're right. Zeno was right. He changed my mind. It does happen. Look at that.
Every now and then. Every
now and then he gets me, and I go, you know what? Now I don't lie. I was throwing lemons against the wall and trying to.
But
make
here's my thing, man. I don't know. Like,
I'll be right back.
I don't know, man. It's just like, I mean, apparently, like one Counter-Strike gun skin sold for $400,000. You know? Yes.
That's nuts.
One item reportedly sold for more than $1 million.
That's not true. That cannot be true.
I mean, dude, there are whales out there, man. There are whales out there that if they want something, they will pay anything.
I didn't want to counter you. You made such a good point. But yeah, there's a way to sell stuff. I mean, you ain't gonna stop it. There's always a trick. They sell whole accounts.
Oh yeah, you know dude.
I mean, people sell accounts.
Yeah. Like, I've sold multiple accounts in different games through the years, but somebody dropping hundreds of thousands or $1 million for an in-game skin, that just
I mean, dude, I used to have a buddy. I used to have a buddy who would buy World of Warcraft, level up to level 70, or, you know, at that time that was the cap. That was a while back. Of course, I mean, they dropped it back down. But anyway, and they would sell the account with a maxed out character. And
anybody that has that much money is not going to be that dumb to pay that much for something like that. I mean, that's just, unless they're like some kind of like trust fund brat. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
It's still performative to sue Valve. I'm not countering his win. I'm just saying, like we're all saying, Cash App exists, dude. If you can exchange equipment between characters, you could sell equipment.
Well, yeah.
Because you can literally go, yo, shoot me $20, get an item.
Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, it was one of the features I loved about Diablo 3 when it first came out. Diablo 3 had a real cash auction house. And
I know. I heard about that.
Yeah. I paid for all my expansions and several other Blizzard games by selling stuff that I grind in Diablo 3 that I didn't care for. I was like, I don't want this. I'm not making that type of character. Put it on the auction house, you know, make $50 here, $100 here, you know, because people will buy it.
In fact, I hate to say this, but in a way, Valve is making it safer to buy items from people because there's less risk because it verifies that the exchange happens.
Well, and that was always my argument with, you know, I mean, you can't stop people from. I mean, WoW eventually did it. Even I mean, with gold, it's like, oh, we can't stop people from selling gold online. Okay,
Yeah.
well, tell you what, we'll let you buy you can buy a month of WoW and then just sell it in the auction house for gold. That way, people can still play WoW that can't afford it by grinding up enough gold to buy a month subscription. And people who want to be lazy and not have to grind and have the money to do it can just buy the subscription for people for gold. You know,
Well,
and
that's my sentiment. I don't
it
have a
cut down
problem
a
with an
lot
in-game
on
economy.
the scammers. You know,
And that's my thing. I don't really mind in-game economy because you just don't. I just don't play them. If you don't want it, you just don't play those games that have it.
but I do
Don't
somewhat.
interact.
I do get if that mechanic. Okay, if that mechanic is up against like with WoW or with Diablo, you are grinding and playing a game to get those items. In KOTOR, I mean, in Counter Strike, you're actually paying real money in hopes of getting something worth more real money than you paid, which is gambling. So it'll be
And
interesting.
everything.
I'm
Almost every.
curious. I'm curious to see what happens with the lawsuit. It'll be interesting to watch. I think.
To me, the biggest crime of loot boxes is that I'm stuck in the middle. From a completely not taking it personal, how loot boxes annoy me, it's really not a big deal or not that illegit to me because it's optional. But on the flip side, as a gamer, I don't want more loot boxes in my games. So
No.
I don't want more loot boxes in my game, but do I feel like they're illegal? No, it's just they take advantage of dumb people, but everybody's going to find a way to do that eventually. That's what they do.
Yeah,
They take advantage of people with too much money or not enough sense.
well, no, people who don't have enough money still have addictive personalities, and they've got to get that skin, or they have to
I said
get,
not enough
whatever.
sense or have too much money.
Well, those people aren't reselling the skin. Those are the ones that are buying them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And that's putting them in more dire straits because they're being taken advantage of. And I can argue both sides of it. But
Yeah.
like Zeno said, having the Diablo store, which protects people, I think that's safer for gamers as a whole. But overall, loot boxes is just I don't play games that have loot boxes. Because that's just a money pit. That's why I don't play MMOs anymore, just because it's a money pit, and I'm not going to get sucked into something where I have to pay to win. I may not be the best gamer in the world, but I'm not going to pay to win. I will at least try to level up my skills and be able to play that way, which is why I'm trying to play the Tech Marine and Space Marine 2, even without Q, surprisingly, because normally I only play with him because I suck.
Well, while we're talking about states and stuff they're doing, let's hop over to to the other side of the country, to old California.
Oh God.
So California introduces age verification law for all operating systems, including Linux and Steam OS. User age verification during OS account setup. So basically, when you set up your OS or when you get your device or whatever, and you start it up, and you're going through that setup process, they want you to put your age in there. Now, I'm assuming it says verified. It didn't say how they were going to verify the age put into the OS. But then that age, will basically be stamped as an identifier for all apps to see. So basically, if I install Discord, it's going to know that I'm 44 as soon as I install it.
The problem is the chain of information, though. For that step to be valid, it has to go back to something that is able to identify and prove that you are this person that's 13 years old. Creating a line of information that they want to collect on your children and everybody to a degree, because I mean, it's going to verify the age of everyone. It's tracking. It's tracking. It's
Yeah.
tracking information targeted at kids that they're going to send out to every app.
Well, yeah,
What if I make a weird fake app and I just want to know where all your kids are?
I mean, we definitely know it's targeted towards kids. For one, because of how they want to track it. Basically, they just want to know if the person's under 13, between 13 and 16, between 16 and 18, or 18 and older. So I get
How is that going to affect people that resell their phones on like Facebook Marketplace and things like that?
Well, generally, if you resell your phone, you factory reset it, so you would have to reset up the OS. My concern is with Mike in the chat room mentions, how are you going to enforce this on Linux? I mean, Linux is an open source. There's all these different strands and kernels, and so
maybe they're trying to phase out Linux because they can't track it. Because isn't Linux also hard for them to do all that tracking on and everything? I'm asking you. I don't know. I don't use Linux.
Yeah, I mean, as Mike said, Linux isn't even an OS; it's a kernel. You have to bundle a bunch of other utilities with Linux kernel to make an OS. I'm assuming maybe you can't be considered an OS unless you add this bundle to your Linux kernel. Otherwise, they'll try to do something. I don't know what they're going to do, man. It's stupid. And my biggest concern is if I'm sharing this age range to any app, it's supposed to be open to any app, as it says, reasonably consistent real-time application programming interface, Let's see, what operating system provider. Anyway, it's just like, okay, it says penalties for non-compliance run up to $2,500 per affected child or negligent violations, and $7,500 for intentional ones. Okay, this is for the liabilities. They claim that, I don't know, man. My biggest problem is if I create an app and I want to target children, that information is now available. I can create an app and I go, okay, that person's under 13 or that person's between 13 and 16, I mean, this is a technological, Epstein wet dream. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't like that information being broadcasted to just anybody. I don't feel that's safe.
I prefer the anonymity because there is safety in anonymity. When my son, I told my son he's on the internet, except certain places, I'm like, don't give your information out to anybody.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to find out and track you. And worse, it's weirdly age-aligned. It's just, and I mean, if it was coming out of another state, maybe, but coming out of California especially, I definitely don't trust California with my children's information. I'm sorry, man. I don't. That's the state I trust the least. And no, it's not. I'm not being weird. I'm talking about they're just not very structured. Their whole government is a ass backwards and makes really weird, stupid calls all the time. You want to know who wouldn't keep my son's information safe? California. I don't expect them to do a good job at anything. So it's like, no, hell no. And I really wish, like I said about that other situation we were talking about at one point, that they would just go, okay, fuck California then. No more California IPs are valid on any of our apps. We need to start cutting off these assholes who do this.
Poor Mike's going off in the chat room, but I mean, just a simple answer, Mike, is to because he's like, I just don't, Linux and how this is inconceivable. We know our government is technology dumb. It's just like they pass laws all the time that are not really feasible and have to go back and go, okay, or the courts have to go, no, that's stupid, or so it's lack of knowledge, when our government and keeping up with technology is not a not a thing. But
the overregulation that California has for everything, literally, is absolutely insane, and that's why people are fleeing the state.
I was about to say, and just like California is losing people, like a bucket with a hole in it. Discord said, "Oh crap! People are looking for Discord alternatives. We're gonna put a pause on our age verification."
Discord said, we're going to do age verification. Everybody said, so everybody, what are we fixing to go to?
It's like all of a sudden, all of a sudden, top search in Google, Discord alternative, question asked in Reddit, what are Discord alternatives? And they're like, oh, crap.
Most people will use group.me, but I like the Line app personally. I'm glad they put a pause on it because... I'm done giving all my personal information to people that don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, I'm tired of...
They keep getting hacked. They can't keep the dang data safe, man. And the more places you have your data out there, the more leaks that are possible.
I'm tired of having to find alternatives to be able to do our podcast. Like,
yeah, I know. We were going like, all right, I guess we're gonna have to get off of Discord if everybody leaves. And
I was like, am I gonna have to just host my own TeamSpeak server or something? Like I have to find a self-hosted software to do my
fully self. I mean, it's just I know we didn't jump to that topic. We're getting that time, but like, it's just crazy how they don't need this information. They really don't. And they keep wanting it, and it's like, you don't need it.
Yeah.
You really don't. And it's not like they're not going to find ways around it. But to do an age verification, you need to be able to prove my date of birth. We've already crossed the line. My date of birth, I know when I was a kid, when I was growing up, and they were telling me about what your information didn't want out, your social security number and your date of birth were big. They were like, don't give... And I remember when I first got taught the internet, they said, don't give them your real birthday. Don't, like, security, basic safety measures was that. So to prove my age, you got to prove my date of birth. And to prove I'm not lying about my date of birth, you're probably going to need my social security number because I could be lying about my date of birth. So how much information are you going to need to actually verify my age? And then you got enough information to steal my identity. Problem.
Yeah.
Age verification needs enough data to be a security threat.
Well, and then, I mean, you also run across things. I mean, I've had to do age verification for government type stuff before, and I run across the issue that they created because I'm one of those rare people where my birth certificate and the location in which I got my social security card are not the same. Because when I was born, social security cards weren't required. Because they weren't required, I think, until 83, 85, somewhere around there, that they became required at birth. But so that's caused issues for me with that. But anyway, with this one, like Flynn says, the methods for age verification are very invasive. But I don't know why we keep fighting for age verification, but we allow people like robot locks to protect a predator. We found, there have been predators found on Roblox, and then Roblox go, no, we don't stereo identificate. We don't. And it's just like, wait a second then. So you're going to want age verification so people know, but you're not going to do anything about it. You're letting these companies allow this stuff to happen, and you keep coming up with all these other methods. Why don't you go after these companies that are allowing this stuff to happen and not making an effort to stop it?
Thank you, Zeno. I forgot I had said that earlier. You remember I was ranting about that. Yeah, we have pre-show rants. We really do need to set up some kind of membership to see. Some of these pre-show rants are wild. You would not believe it. But because I was saying, I go, you talk about age verification, but where's the enforcement? What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You ain't got no dang enforcement. You don't go after pedophiles. Heck, some of these states, they sit up there and they put them in protective custody because they keep killing them in jail. Why do you seem to be so protective of the predator, but you want to make it easy access to the prey?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
where's the follow-up to this age verification? What you gonna do? You passing a law requiring age verification, but you ain't passing a law requiring them to report on excessive communication between an adult and child. You ain't passed a law that's putting stricter and more severe punishments on child predators. You ain't putting out a law that limits the type of communication that can happen between an adult and a child. No actual protection has happened here. It's just invasive information gathering with no enforcement. You want to know who's stealing, but you ain't making stealing illegal. You're not looking for the thieves. They want to keep up with the kids, but they don't want to keep up with the guy.
All righty, let's move on. We the rest of our show should be a bit lighter. So let's go on to Marathon. Marathon had its server slam with nearly 150,000 players on Steam alone.
24 hours.
How'd that hold up?
It dropped to 43,000 in a day. It's finally climbed back up to 76,000. And the reason this is a topic I brought it up is that those aren't terrible numbers, but like I said, it dropped to 50%. It dropped to well below 50%. Then it pulled back up to 50% now, but it's on the weekend. Like the weekend, they hit these numbers.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better than High Guard.
But yeah. But I brought it up because this is about arc raiders versus this. For some reason, and this is why we said this earlier, I now feel justified. Why do we hate game journals? All these game journalists are calling it the Arc Raider Slayer. Do you know Arc Raiders numbers? There's 240-something thousand people playing Arc Raiders right now, which is better than the best number they can pull for this game. It's not an Arc Raider Slayer. It's not even an Arc Raiders Injurer. It ain't even on the radar. It didn't even, hold on. During their server slam, no, I want you to understand something. You're going to listen to me. When they did their server slam, before their server slam, Arc Raiders numbers were 175,000.
And Arc Raiders is an established game.
Yes, 3 months. But listen, 3 months old though. During the weekend of their server slam, Arc Raiders hit some of its best numbers it's hit in weeks. That means that it isn't the Arc Raider players that are playing Marathon. Because if there were, Arc Raiders wouldn't have their numbers as shot up. So the big boosted Arc Raider numbers says that they're not pulling from the Marathon's not pulling from the Arc Raider players. I'm just saying it's not an Arc Raider Slayer. And I don't play Arc Raiders. I don't play Arc Raiders at all. I just like to call bull crap on bull crap. And I'm like, you're not Arc Raider Slayer. You didn't even hurt Arc Raiders. They got some of their best numbers. They had a big jump this weekend. Excellent weekend. Well, check it. You be looking at the chart. You're probably looking at it now. How did Arc Raiders numbers dip during the server slam? You usually can get the chart. Grab us the chart. Well, you can see the up and down. Grab us the line chart. I don't think that they affected Arc Raiders at all. So I'm tired of the lying game journals. This is about game journals trying to hype up stuff that ain't that hype. I think Marathon's going to do okay. And then it's going to die. Because most of the people that played it, all the streamers, you can go check yourselves, guys. Go read the reviews. They all said it's not that good. They said Apex Legends is better. It's going to be okay at best. It definitely ain't going to be Arc Raiders, one of the most successful frigging games to come out in that genre, a very competitive genre, almost since the Fortnite in Apex Legends. I mean, 500,000. 480,000 top number players, some of the highest numbers we've ever seen. Nah, man. The Marathon's not even a contender. Marathon may hold its own, but I doubt it, and here's why. Though those numbers aren't bad, they're spending a lot of money. A lot of money on advertisement. I don't know what the cost is they put into Marathon, but I don't think that they're gonna do much better. They're not gonna make a huge profit. I think they're gonna probably break even, but I don't think it's gonna be a very profitable venture. And Bungie can't afford to keep something up that's not gonna work.
Let me. Okay, let's do this. The
You
first
got it. What
time,
you got for it?
Marvel Rivals, popular game, right?
Big one.
Yeah.
First
Well,
open.
it's a niche game, but it's popular.
All right, first open beta, peaked 50,000. So, I mean, you're talking about these numbers. Open betas, they do not attract everybody, man, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to play the game until it's finished. A lot of people will just stick their toe in. The 150,000 people stuck their toe in on the first day, Thursday. I don't really get your argument for this because of watching open betas in the past. Open betas don't typically have a normal, long-standing player base. People get in, they speak out what they didn't like or what they did like about the game, and they get off.
They get in, get off, get out.
Yeah. And I mean, people did that. You know, I mean, we have where after the server slam, people said the UI was confusing, PvP is infrequent, voice chat's not working, and some other issues. This is what you want to see from a server slam. I think people are making a mountain out of a molehill here. I think you're getting a lot of your information from people who are trying to sell views. They're trying to get views. Oh, Marathon! Oh my God! Look at this drop! 50% drop! Oh! And then it's really like it's open beta. We expect a drop. We expect people to get in, dip a toe.
Do you think it's the Arc Raider Slayer? You think when it actually releases, it's going to put Arc Raiders in the dirt? Because I said that my point is about it's not the Arc Raiders.
No one knows, man. I mean, we'll know when it gets released. I didn't play it. I'm not an Arc Raiders player, so I can't really tell you if it's going to be an Arc Raiders. Now, I will say the only thing that is, I think, newsworthy or worth talking about is the fact that apparently people mentioned Arc Raiders so much during the open beta and that they banned the words Arc Raiders for a while from chat.
Oh my God.
Now that's amusing to me.
So you gotta say I'm not. Dude,
that's worth talking about. But trying to come up with some weird, I mean, there's nothing here, man. There's nothing here really until if any of us were playing Arc Raiders, I'd say we could talk on this a bit more. But none of us are playing Arc Raiders.
No, we're playing
but it's going both ways because, like I said, there's the game journals, people whose job it is to columnist to Arc Raider Slayer. I'm going after the game journal. I don't know which one's going to succeed.
Yeah,
but
and
I believe
both are trying.
They're up in a game
Yeah.
that doesn't have that backing to say it's going to do that.
I mean,
they did it to high card. This is a pattern.
The journos are doing what journos do. They're taking money to hype up a game, and and the YouTubers and independent journalists are doing what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it sound the worst they can fucking make it sound, so that they can get clicks. Right now, we just don't know. That's where I'm at on it.
No, I'll just drop it. We won't cover stuff like that anymore. Then I mean, I don't want to become the problem, man.
No, it's fine.
We're having a conversation here, damn it.
That's why it's a hot topic on YouTube and other forums is because of all this. But Zeno's right. We don't know. Now,
it's a hot topic.
Well, yeah, it's a very hot topic. But looking at the trends, it is dropping off. So that is kind of a concern. But going back to the normies, how many demos do we play? I think actually the only one I've played recently was Toxic Commando.
I play a lot of demos, actually.
Yeah, but you're probably an outlier in that regard because a lot of us don't. I don't, unless you say, "Hey, download this, let's give it a shot." Because
that's why I play those demos to see if it's something you guys might like, because it's the only way to get you suckers to play anything with me. So I'm always trying out demos and going like, "Will Bloodaxe play this? Will Xeno play this?"
That's not true. Take that back. Anytime you say download something, I will download it and play it.
True. You're right. It's will Xeno play this with me and Bloodaxe is the most common question.
But I mean, also, how many times have you played a demo and gone, oh man, I'm enjoying this. I don't want to keep playing it because I want to play the full release. Or, I've done that a bunch of times. So
I've done it once. There was one game that I stopped because I didn't want to burn out during the demo. Well, here's the thing, and I get your point, but I'm just saying it's a talking point because also I've got kids that are in this community. You know, my son's brother's a big Apex Legends, all that. And I'm not basing this as much on what you think is just random. No, they think Marathon looks stupid. Like, I've asked them. I know other people that play shooters, same thing. They're like, yeah, it looks weird. So I go off of the people I know that play these games. I go off the fact that I watch these streamers. I know several major streamers. I watched them play the Marathon Server Slam. I didn't just, I watched it. And they were like, eh. So when I see several major streamers play the game and they're unimpressed and they're probably like, I don't know if I'm going to swing back around to this when it comes out. I'm like, okay, I don't think that this game's not hooking people like the game they're saying it's going to beat does. I'm always interested. I think there needs to be more competition. I think Fortnite needs to be knocked off its pedestal, brother. You got me wrong. I think Fortnite and Overwatch need a good competition because they're falling off in quality. People are unimpressed with Overwatch 2. They're not impressed. They think they phoned it in. Y'all don't know that because y'all don't follow those circles, but I do. And they phoned it in because they don't have any competition. We need more competition. But Marathon, probably isn't going to be it.
Who phoned what in? I missed that.
Huh?
Who phoned what in? What were you saying? Because you said I may not know.
Overwatch 2 is not really an Overwatch 2. And people have not been happy with what they've been doing lately. They killed off my boy Doomfist. There's
Overwatch 2 is dead, man.
That people weren't. So I think competition increases quality. It would be great to have more competitors in this circle. But hyping up these games that ain't going to be it doesn't help them. I mean, it hurt Highguard. Highguard got screwed over by the bad hyping up, man. You know, I think that Highguard, whatever chances Highguard had, got shot in the foot by the overhype. Marathon is being overhyped, and I don't think it's going to do it any good. And because of that, they're not going to fix it because they get in that circle. Everyone's telling us we're great. No, they need to go in and make that game what it needs to be if it's not there. If it's not there.
Except Bungie has already responded to people's complaints.
I thought you said it broke.
So, I mean, if Bungie's already responded to people's complaints, and you just said they're not listening to people, but here we have, Bungie respond.
I was talking about what happened to Highguard. I'm not saying that Marathon is doing that. I said they could fall into that. They're being overhyped. If they can fall into the Highguard circle, you listen to my words. I said, Highguard got in that headspace. Nothing's wrong with our game. Now, good. We need more competition. I think Overwatch and Fortnite are too comfortable on their pedestal. They need some competition, both to add more new games to the genre for variety and so that they don't get lazy. That would be a good thing and healthy for the industry. Fighting games have that problem. Why does Tekken 8 suck so much? It's because there's barely any fighting game competition. So they're screwing up because I'm always watching the Tekken 8 community. I'm watching tournaments. I'm watching the top players. I know every patch that's happened. And people aren't happy. But what does Tekken have to worry about? You either going to play Street Fighter or you're going to play Tekken. DOA, gone. We don't know when it's coming back. Mortal Kombat 1, trash.
Yeah.
And then Virtual Fighter, still not out.
Yeah, I mean, also the difference between Marathon and Highguard is, did Highguard even have any open betas or betas? I mean, it just pretty much just appeared. You know, I mean, Bungie it seems to be doing the right path by going, okay, let's get this right before we drop it. Which is why, like I said, a lot of people don't show up to these open betas is because they're like, oh, well, there's going to be a lot of changes between now and then. I mean, so, well, I don't know, man. My thing is
they need to stop the false hype. Game journalists need to stop the false hype. They're not helping the companies.
But they're being
I'm not backing down.
They're being paid by Bungie to do the false hype. I guarantee you.
That's dumb. Don't false hype.
No, I mean, if you have 100,000 people that view your stream, if someone's going to pay you $10,000 to hype up a game, depending on your morals and ethics, you're going to hype it up because that's how you get money. Not everyone that does streams have a day job like we do. So yeah, they're going to get paid. They're going to do it.
But Xeno just proved the opposite. I didn't even hear of Arc Raiders before it came out. He just talked about how it didn't do great on its beta. And it's one of the biggest games. You don't have to do the false hype if you make a good game. Kingdom Come Deliverance was practically a secret.
But you don't sit at home and watch streamers all day. There's a lot of people that do, and that's why they get the money they do to pimp these games out.
Yeah. I mean, it is a known business tactic. I mean, Business Journal, man. If you look at like Business Journal and a lot of these like business magazines, they don't write about some boring tech company or some boring industry because they want to. They write about it because that business contacted them and said, "Hey, write a good article for us," you know. And I mean,
it's just wearing me down, dude. I'm tired of people lying about games, so that I can't even tell if a game. I got to do all this research because I can't trust the game journals. I got to sit down and watch hours and hours of gameplay and stuff to find out if the game's actually any good, or go download a bunch of demos, because I can't do like we did when we were younger and just go pull up a Game Informer or open a book and get an honest opinion about the game.
And I think if you want to talk on the game, I think the demo is the right way to go, and not listen. I wouldn't listen to YouTubers. I mean, sorry, but
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm like, yeah, man, those YouTubers full of shit, right?
Well, I mean, dude, it is rare to find people that talk just from the gut, you know. I mean, it's something, and honestly, it doesn't sell, dude. I mean, look at our subscribers. I mean, we talk from the gut.
We tell the truth. I tell people what I play and I don't play.
Yeah.
But I do consume huge amounts of, because I got favorite dupe. I don't play a lot of Tekken 8 anymore after you and Jarek stopped playing. But I've been on it, dude. I could probably pick up Faku Ram and play them just from watching so much gameplay. I know it's combos.
Yeah.
But like, because I stay abreast of it. But I wish that I missed the days where there was a bit of trust, where I didn't have to spend hours, where I could go, I wonder if that marathon is something I should be following. And somebody would say, it's a work in progress. And I'll go, okay, I'll swing back around when Bungie gets it right. That's it. End of it. Boom. We're good. I'm not mad. No one's mad. I don't hate Marathon. And I don't hate Marathon now. I don't like its look currently, but that's just because I don't like the color palette. I'm not a pastel guy.
Yeah.
And that's me personally. But from what I'm seeing from streamers and stuff, a lot of people are pastel guys. And that's kind of, I think, hurting them. But that's an easy fix. I wish it looked more like Cyberpunk and had a grittier look to its cybernetics. But no, they went stucco.
Well, speaking of games you've actually played, and you know that you're looking into, I mean, you and Bloodaxe have been playing Toxic Commando. You grabbed up the demo. The game comes out March 12th for full release. But you know, I'm going to try to get on there, I guess, this evening with you guys. I downloaded the demo myself, so we'll see.
Under threat. I mean, I think you were afraid I was going to come knock on your door.
Yeah,
you're right. I was considering it.
I was afraid you'd come steal my whiskey.
Oh yeah, maybe I do need to come and make sure you actually turn it on. That green spot is good, but no, like we did try it out, and it's good. Dude, I'll order some when we're allowed to order in this state. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I got to make a road trip. But we did try it, and it's a rare moment that I hope he wasn't just saying it because of me, but it seemed to be a rare moment that I finally found a game Bloodaxe seemed to really be enjoying. And I say that because Bloodaxe will play a game to play with me just like I'll play a game to play with him. Because I think he secretly knows I probably don't like Grounded nearly as much as I pretend.
Oh, I know you don't like Grounded.
But we play games to play together because we're friends. But I think, hopefully he'll be honest here, I think he was having a good time on it.
So, those that don't know, Toxic Commando, it's a game that's a 4-person looter shooter. that it caps out at level 5. And it's got a pretty good diverse group
Well,
of,
the demo
characters.
does.
Well, yeah, demo caps level 5. But the game is super cheesy. It leans into the zombie tropes. People make boneheaded decisions and you're forced into action, and now you got to work for the scientist guy who calls you an idiot. But the fact that it has a very robust skill tree versus Back for Blood, that you had random cards that you would get throughout the missions. I like the fact that I can set my character up and be able to play and know what's going to happen. Is pretty sweet. But we played with 4 randoms, and
No, 2 randoms. It was 2. Yeah.
Well, 2 randoms, but it caps at character level 5. But you have a player level that's independent of your character level. So if you level up all 4 characters, you may be character level, maybe player level 15. So it was me and Q.
Level
fresh
1.
out of the gate. I finished tutorial. He jumped right in.
And I only played the tutorial, so we green.
Yeah, there was a level 14 guy with us, and
which means his class was probably maxed out at level 5.
Probably. And so we barely finished this. I mean, we were literally crawling and down, and a timer was going off. You know what? Let's do it private. And so we set up a private lobby and played together. And we 2-man big dicked it all the way through without any of us going down. So I'm like,
dude, we did side maps, man. We did bosses.
We had a crazy boss on the side that took us like 5 minutes to beat. And I was like, okay, I'm drinking this Kool-Aid. This is something fun. I got to play a medic class because we all have our preferences. Likes to play as mage blasters. I like to play support, but working in the medical field, I like the healing options. And
the medic was good, dude. That's a good class. Like, we wouldn't have made it without the medic. It came in crunch.
I think I kind of found my niche with this character. So I definitely enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing with Xeno tonight to see, is this something that we can Dicejunkies play together and maybe get a 4th person at random or talk to one of our friends about playing it. But it's definitely feels like a $40 game, but there's $40 games that I would pay $10 for. But the fact that I want to play again and I didn't drop out the tutorial should say something about it, because I don't play demos for the most part. So I definitely enjoyed it, and I hope that Xeno enjoys it and we can go through and crash some zombie skulls. And when it comes out, we're probably, I know me and Q are probably going to get it. And I hope Xeno enjoys it too. And they're not paying us to say any of this business.
It to me was what Back for Blood wanted to be. Back for Blood had a kind of military feel, but this feels like, what if Back for Blood hadn't have done the stupid cards and the guns felt good? I love the shotgun, man. Our boy Blood loves autos. He was running his assault rifle, but he's picking up other guns and he's like swapping his guns around, gets the revolver, and I'm just like, the gunplay feels good. That's important if you're going to be a gun game about shooting zombies. And I've played several zombie games, man. I haven't just played Back for Blood. Like, I played, Army is I probably played every zombie game.
World War Z, yeah, we played those.
There was another one I played that was like kind of military, and I was on boats and stuff. I played a lot of these. And I can say this is one of the better ones. And for it to be $40, awesome. It's almost half the price of a AAA game, because AAA games go up to $80 now. So it's almost half the price of a AAA game. It does seem like it's not a huge game. Like, from the number of missions I saw, you're going to, that's going to use them out. But there's customization. You can level your weapons. The weapons have different parts that you can get on them. There's a nice starting assortment of guns. I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 shotguns to choose from. And I already saw options to go sawed off, high mobility, longer range, auto. Looks good. Lots of secondary weapons. We haven't even got into like you say, remember you found the gold weapon, the thumper. You do know there's like 8 or 9 of those. Like, if you go to the shooting range, I just didn't want to spoil the surprise, so I didn't try any of them. But there's rail guns and all kind of other weapons. It's a lot of fun.
I found the rail gun in the map, and I was like, oh my god.
And looking at the skill tree, each class special ability is very unique to it. feels like if I go to play the operator, it's going to be a very different experience than playing a striker. You know, if he goes from medic to defender, or he goes operator, I go defender, I feel like it's going to be a very different experience, which is desirable. It's what you want. So I think it's going to be like back from what wanted. Left 4 Blood, but with classes and levels and a little bit more depth to it. And you run and you kick zombie butt. Looks fun. I think it's worth the $40 from what I've seen so far. If we could sell Xeno on it, even better. But I'm saying there's probably a 90% chance me and Bloodaxe are getting regardless, because it just was really fun. And plus, we're stubborn enough to 2-man it if the others keep sucking. Hopefully they'll get better. But man, from Space Marine to everything else I've played, I don't know what's going on, but there are some bad gamers out there, man. I love you guys, but some of y'all are awful. Y'all don't understand. Basically, he knows I went on a rant when we did Siege mode in Space Marine 2. Ooh, I almost kicked a guy from Siege because he was just sitting on his points.
No,
he wasn't like just sitting on it.
Don't lie. You tried to kick him. I just couldn't figure out how to say yes.
Okay, I tried to kick him. Bloodaxe saved him by not knowing how to vote. And then Bloodaxe figured out how to vote, but we had finished the mission, and I said, I'm not going to kick him at the elevator. I'm okay now. He wasn't a bad bulwark, but you're sitting on 600-plus points. We're scrambling to get the dang Dreadnought out because we're wave 9, and you don't want to put in 50 points. We were 50 points shy, and he had 600 points. He would not drop 50 points to get the Dreadnought. I hated him. I hated his guts. I hated him so much. I mean, I was so... And you know what? When we got to the 10th wave with the Dreadnought and we finally got the points together, we barely survived. But the Dreadnought saved us. So we would have wiped the whole thing because of this one... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on a rant. All right, yeah. So playing with Rando sucks. We really hope that we could get Xeno. If not, we do have some other friends. It is going to be on Xbox and crossplay. Maybe we'll be able to pick up one of the best gun like shooter players I know. Vixen is amazing. She's a friend of ours for Gears. Incredibly talented. That's about it. The rest of... No, I'm kidding. There were some other people we knew for Gears that are good too. And maybe they'll pop into the game. But we'll have to get our Steam accounts linked up with them. But yeah, it looks good. Hopefully Xeno likes it. But Xeno's like Mikey, he doesn't like anything. But we'll try.
All righty, and with that, we'll wrap up the show. Oh, Mikey.
I showed my age there, huh?
Yeah, you did. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you find links everywhere we are online, through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel as every week.